What's up, YouTube? That time of year, I got some allergies I'm dealing with. Today I got a good one, a good rug that I get a lot of questions about. So I'm going to try to share with you how I go about it and what's reasonable to expect on these. So here I got a big 8.5 or so by 11 viscous rug. And for those of you that are not familiar with what viscous is, you may hear it called bamboo silk, cellulosic fiber, rayon, viscous. All those are names for the same thing. And what it is cellulose fiber that is removed from wood chips, and it's called pulp. And then it's reconstituted into fiber, almost exactly the same way that paper is made. Actually, the same exact pulp that is used to make paper is used to run through an extruder and make, or a spinner, and make cellulose fibers. So if you can imagine, when paper gets wet, it's never really the same again. And you can imagine if you crumble up paper, how bad it looks. No matter what you do to flatten it out, it's not going to flatten out the same as it was when it was created. And viscose rugs are going to behave the exact same way. So I always preach to my customers, don't buy viscose rugs. I don't know why they're a trendy thing, but they're overpriced and way overhyped, and essentially they're not going to last very long, even with a good cleaning. But you can see on this one that there is a lot of pet stains. I think they got one of those little bougie dogs, and we're going to try to get these out, but there's never any guarantee with viscous, because this stuff just, it doesn't like to be cleaned. Viscous is super absorbent. In fact, cellulose is like one of the most absorbent solids you can come across. So this thing's going to hold a ton of water, and it's not going to want to let it go, which is why without a centrifuge, I recommend don't even touch them, because no extraction is going to get them dry enough. And if you don't get them dry enough and get them dry fast enough, they're going to brown out horribly. So I only do these when they'll fit in the centrifuge and I can spin them, because that's going to get them mostly dry, in that 90% dry range. And then you can dry it, groom it, dry it, groom it. I like to groom these as they dry for the first couple hours at least, in the pile direction, because that'll help keep them nice and soft and subtle. So what I use on these is the only product specifically made for viscous, and that is ChemMax's Rayon Rug Shampoo. And you can use, if you have a lot of pet stains or odor, you can use triple deodorizing, but I still do my initial soak through with Rayon Rug, and that's a two-step process. So before you ever get the rug wet, I'm going to soak it down with Rayon Rug Shampoo, 2 ounces per gallon on warm water. Soak it down with that. No plain water. Rayon Rug Shampoo straight from the start. And that's kind of a first in, first out mentality. So when you put that Rayon Rug Shampoo in there, some remnant of that is going to stay behind and control the pH, because cellulose likes a super low pH, even lower than wool, and going to help lift those yellowing and stains and prevent browning. So Rayon Rug Shampoo first. If you have odor, then follow it up with a wash with Triple D. But I don't really have any odor from this. I only have those couple stains, so I'm going to wash it with Rayon Rug Shampoo too. Then a clear water rinse, centrifuge, get it dry as possible, as quickly as possible. And I actually groom these with a nice soft, same brush you see me wash them with, a car wash brush. Nice soft bristles, push all that pile fibers in the right direction. So that's what I'm working on today, Rayon. Always tell your customers, don't buy it. It's horrible, way overpriced, but the designers love it for whatever reason. It does feel soft when it's new, because they're just super fine fibers, but now you can actually get that same texture in a micro spun polyester rug that's like a fraction of the price and will last way, way, way longer. So anyway, let me get started. Enough talking. Let's get a little more walking. Here we go. I'm not going to show all of the steps, process steps in action today, because I just released a super long rug video the day I'm filming this. So y'all have watched me soak the rug down, but I've basically soaked this down now with 15 gallons of the Rayon rug shampoo mixed 2 ounces per gallon. Wet the front, soaked the back, and then flipped it over and soaked the front down. Now I'm going to fold it up one side at a time to do the back. I'm going to mix up the Rayon rug shampoo now at 8 ounces per gallon, and it's going to take probably another 5 gallons to do. Wet the back, scrub it with the brush. You can use mechanical agitation, a Cymex or something, but on viscous I do not, because these fibers are super fragile when they're wet. I just prefer to scrub it by hand with my soft bristle brush. So you'll see me, I'm gonna flip each side up. You won't see me, I'm not gonna record it, but I'm gonna flip each side up, wet it down with that higher dilution of Rayon rug shampoo, scrub it with a brush, do both back sides, side to side, and then the front side, and then we'll be ready to rinse. Here we go. Alright guys, so I just finished soaking, scrubbed the back side, and soaked the face side again, and this stuff holds so much water. I've ended up using about 20 gallons of the higher concentration of viscous to make sure it was all well saturated, especially those urine spots. But I'm going to let this chill out for about 20 minutes, let all that shampoo soak in there, and then give it a quick scrub, and then probably let it sit another 15 or 20 minutes before I do the rinse. I really want that shampoo to work on those yellow stains, because I really don't want to have to treat them after, because there's just no real good way to treat them. You can use like a 3% hydrogen peroxide, is reasonably safe, but I don't even want to do that unless I have to. So let this simmer a minute. Here we go. Alright guys, well I just slid it out the centrifuge. I didn't get a lot more footage of the rinsing and all, but kind of wore out. I'm here by myself today, but this is what she looks like from afar. Now I haven't groomed it at all yet either. There's still, we faded the spots a lot, but there's still some discoloration in a few spots. Some of them are completely gone. So what I'm gonna do now is, while it's still wet, I'm gonna treat those with 3%. So if it's diluted already because the rug's wet, maybe it's 1.5%, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna moisten those spots with 3% peroxide, groom the rug, let it dry. I'll probably come back and groom it in another hour or so again. I like to groom it a couple times while it's dry, and that seems to give you the best results with the viscous, so that it stays soft. So I'm gonna treat those spots. Here we go. All right folks, so it's the next day now, and this is our end product of the viscous rug. I may actually, I say end product, it's not quite completely dry, and I may try to treat a couple of the spots one more time. There's a well, it's hard to even find them in the camera. Well, just trust me when I tell you some of the spots are still a little bit visible. Most of them have almost completely faded, but we might try to just touch them up again and let it finish drying. Probably flip it, dry it from the back side. So anyway, that's it for this one. I'm gonna close this video out and actually start filming today's video, which is day 4. We got one job this morning to go do. That's going to be a fun one, real picky customer with some filtration soiling she wants removed. So anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and remind your customers never buy viscous rugs.